The National Society of Hispanic MBAs, also known as NSHIMBA for short, is an organization that focuses on making an impact on the professional growth and visibility of Hispanic professionals. NSHIMBA works with schools and universities in an effort to increase enrollment of Hispanic students in graduate programs. The organization also cultivates relationships with major corporations and other businesses to recruit, develop, and promote Hispanic professionals. As well as working with corporations, NSHIMBA participates in community development as well. Terry Beltran Miller, president of NSHIMBA Detroit chapter, explains a brief history and purpose of the organization.
Well, the National Society of Hispanic MBA started in 1988 as a 501c nonprofit. It actually started with only 6 chapters, and then year after that it started its first actual convention, and then also it started having a scholarship funds program. 2 years later, it's grown into a lot more. Right now, today, we have 32 chapters. Detroit was established 8 years ago. It's over 7,000 members nationally. In Detroit, we have about 300 plus and growing. The National Society of Hispanic MBAs was established to foster educational development and also foster professional leadership among Hispanics in the United States. We want to see more Hispanics in leadership positions within the United States. Right now you see a lot of middle to some management, but we really don't have that many officers in a huge level. Just with women alone, it's really low. It's 0.25% versus 12.5% with other women of other races. So we need to have more Hispanics in leadership positions. But not only that, we also are in that our strategic focus goes from high school, the pipeline, to executive level. With high school, we know there's a huge dropout rate with Hispanics, and they are the future. So, but then after that, it's pre-MBA and MBA, which most Hispanics tend to go to 2 years, and then sometimes don't go to 4 years. And the ones that do 4 years might stop there and not go for their MBA. And now, with the future of this country, a lot of students really, a lot of kids need to consider, going further. It's very competitive. It's a global world. And then once you become a new grad, we work towards providing them internship opportunities and job opportunities with our job fairs locally and also nationally. And then mid-career development is through professional development programs that locally we provide, as well as at the national conference. And then executive level, we actually have an Hispanic Executive Summit that takes place every year. And this year it was at Disney World. It was fantastic because not only do I love Disney, but they are excellent as far as developing their leaders and their brand, and there was a lot to learn from them, and they actually provided us from the Disney Institute some leadership training. But this is becoming an annual thing too, because we realize that we have to continue developing our Hispanic executives because they are the leaders, they are the role models, and it also gives an opportunity for other chapter leaders or other members that are in director level positions to meet with other higher executives and learn from them, and through networking or at the event learning from some of the professional programs that they offer.
The overall Hispanic population in this country is growing by leaps and bounds. Terry gives her account on why it has become increasingly important to see more Hispanics in decision-making positions.
Why it's important for Hispanics to be in these high-profile decision-making positions, whether they're CEOs or high executives for companies, is because they're really, with our future becoming where we're going to have a large percentage, or actually will be the majority of this country, it's very important right now for us to prepare them to make sure that they are going into these positions, because it's really for the economy of this country. With NSHIMBA, we're really here to make sure the nation has a diverse workforce, and that's one of our goals, to make sure that we foster that and make corporations aware of that.
One of the many benefits a person can get through membership is scholarship funds. NSHIMBA recently awarded 256 Hispanic MBA students nationwide, with 6 of those recipients being Michigan members.
National Society of Hispanic MBAs provides scholarship programs for college students to excel. How that works is every state puts into the large pot a certain amount of money that's donated from companies. So that goes into a pot, and it's up to the students to really go and apply online. We've had 6 recipients from Michigan last year. We hope to see more this year. But that's not the only area we're looking at focusing and helping. Each chapter is kind of charged to do a lot on their own, but right now we're looking into helping high school students because we know the high school dropout rate is lower than African American and Asian. And we know that we need to reach out to many communities and be role models. And some of the programs that we're looking at is partnering up with a company like maybe Dow Chemical, who's very strong in the community with math and science, and also partner up with Society of Hispanic Engineers and Society of Women Engineers and other groups to develop a program that's 6 weeks, and it provides students that apply for it to actually go through like one session each week. It could be going to the company and actually seeing a presentation and seeing what it's like to be at that company. It could be a educational session, and it could be many things, but almost like a field trip for 6 weeks.
Terry explains what goes into developing a new chapter.
If you start a whole new chapter, you actually have to find someone who's going to spearhead it, and they're going to need to establish why they think that there's a necessary reason to have the chapter there. You know, most likely it'd be the population, the support of companies, the education to universities are going to support it to bring it open, and really present that business case as a president for that new chapter to the other presidents and national, actually mostly the national. With the 3 chapters that became that were accepted last year, it was very simple. We knew that they had a leader, and this is a volunteer. I mean, we're chapters, we're all volunteers in our organization as presidents and all officers, and most everyone has a passion of wanting to see this go and make it successful. And so that's how the 3 were accepted. And it's really, I think it's very simple as long as you have the right leader and they've got the right support, not only from the universities, but also the community and the companies.
Nishimba Detroit chapter is making an effort to bring the benefits of their organization to other communities.
One of the things that's really exciting for us is our first community that we went into was up in Saginaw with the Mid-Michigan Summit. And we had a wonderful turnout at Saginaw Valley State University. We had over 100 people. The summit is very important because what we did is we brought a lot of what happens at the national conference with National Society of Hispanic MBAs for our members. We incorporate it here locally. You have the career expo portion, you have the professional development portion, you have the entrepreneur portion, you have an opportunity to network and see a speaker and have lunch or breakfast. So it was a great event for us to be there in the community, and we knew that a lot of the community needed something like this. So the nice thing about the summit is it even reached out to Flint. There's community college, Mont Community College was in attendance. We had Michigan Tech, all the way up north. We brought them down to Detroit too, even for Expo. So you're starting to see all the universities just finally come together and see what we can do and come together as a team, but also community colleges. You know, and Delta College was there too. And so we really like seeing that because not only do we have community colleges and 2-year level students attending, we had students that were high school students. And we had tables of high school students that were there. And that's really pleasing to see because this is an opportunity for them to see what their future could be like. The National Society of Hispanic MBAs makes a difference in the communities because it's the only organization that's out there to really work towards fostering graduate education and also professional development. And one of the nice opportunities of that this organization does is in the community at least, some people will change their careers. I know there's many that might change to something else or have an interest level or something. So it's really good to be able to have a pool of people that are different industries. The other thing too, and how we help the communities, we help the local companies, because the local companies are looking for hiring good talent and they need people in different areas. So our membership, you know, is excellent because we have such a diverse group of members that are either students for internships or MBAs or professionals or executives that it really works well for them to become an annual sponsor for our chapter and then start posting a lot of these jobs out there that they're looking for at different levels, and also participating in our expo, our career expos that we have in different communities. So it's really a benefit too, because we do win-win. So it's a win-win for our companies and our members.
Terry tells us how to find out more about Nishimba benefits, the calendar of events, or membership.
So the way to find out anything about our calendar of events or become a member is to go to detroit.nshmba.org. And we'll always have a calendar, we'll always have information. People that want to become a volunteer under any of the board officers and a committee can go right in there and see the org chart and click on any of those officers or areas, whether it's education, it could be marketing, it could be finance and being the treasurer. They can go ahead and contact any one of the board officers. If you want to participate as a company or university and become an annual sponsor for 2008 or become a sponsor for an event coming up, I'll purchase a table. They can reach my business, which is Vista Latinos, and they can reach me at tbm@vistalatinos.com.
Si gustaría más información tocante el Tulipanes o el National Society of Hispanic MBAs, favor de visitar el website. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next month for more intriguing stories on our Hispanic community. For Somos Hispanos.